Hey guys, happy Monday. I am back with a new video. I'm so excited to be recording again. So I started the videos with the YouTube stuff, and thank you so much to everybody that started following me right away. But then I got asked to do a special presentation for the Romance Writers of America conference, and it sort of sent my schedule into a crazy whirlwind, and I haven't been able to film as much as I wanted to. I haven't been able to write as much as I wanted to. So that conference was 2 weeks ago, and then last week was recovery mode, because if you've ever been to a major conference, you understand that things are totally crazy. I met with every vendor. I met with my reps from iBooks and Kobo, Barnes & Noble, Google Play. I got to talk to some people at Amazon. So it was a lot of business stuff. I met a lot of my friends that I have known online for a long time. There was just so much going on. Plus I gave that presentation. I was also on a panel for writing indie in young adult. And also there's just a ton of workshops and things going on where you can learn more about the industry and how to write or how to market and do all this stuff. So it was like business overload. So when I came home last week, I was ready to plot out, work on outlining for Deceiving Darkness and start writing it. I was cleaning up my office. Guys, this place was a complete disaster zone. Luckily, my husband kept the kitchen and stuff clean while I was away, but I wanted to spend a lot more time with my family, sort of decompress after the conference and get back to feeling good, getting a lot of rest and sleep, and feeling like I was ready to work. Because as a lot of you know, I went through a major period of burnout, and I just can't let that happen again. So I have to be really careful with myself in terms of, making sure I don't overwork or get overexhausted. So last week was a rest week. And now that it is Monday, I am ready to work. So I'm working on Heart Breathing stuff, which is my site for authors and a YouTube channel for authors. So if you're a writer, go check out Heart Breathings. It's kind of a new thing that I've been doing this year. But I'm also, my main focus this week is working on Deceiving Darkness, and I am so incredibly pumped. What I want to do a lot of times is, if I can tell you guys on Monday what I'm working on, and then come back on Friday and kind of tell you how I did and some things that are inspiring me right now, I think it will help keep me really pumped and motivated to be writing, to be talking to you guys, and it will let you guys know when things are coming. So it's not like you're going, hey, I wonder how she's doing or what she's working on. You'll actually know and have a place that you can go and say, oh, let's see how she's doing. So my plan this week is to finish my complete outline of Deceiving Darkness and to write 20,000 words. And I'm so excited. I'm probably going to be mostly writing in Harper's point of view this week, and I'm so excited to get back to what's going on in the shadow world. If you are not caught up, I promise no spoilers, but if you're not caught up with book 9 of the Shadow Demon Saga, there was kind of a big, as could be expected, twist or moment in the epilogue of Beyond the Darkness that I am so excited to explore and take it to that next level and see what happens. So I'm very excited to get writing this week. But one thing I really wanted to talk about, some of you may have heard this before and some of you may not have, but I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about the inspiration behind the Shadow Demon Saga and why I wrote it in the first place. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons why I picked this type of story, but basically back in 2010, I had been working on a zombie series, which I called Pandemic back at the time. And now it's been rewritten and published as Death's Awakening and Sorrow's Gift, which is the Eternal Sarra series. So I actually wrote that before I wrote Beautiful Demons. I submitted it to an agent and she turned it down, and I just thought, you know what? I don't want to be writing stuff that I'm trying to get published and that I'm trying to get past a marketing department at a publisher. If you don't know anything about the publishing business, it's very tough. You don't have to just write a great book, you have to write a great book that they think they can sell to other people. And I didn't want to spend 5 to 10 years of my life trying to write a book that they thought they could sell to a marketing department. And I really wanted to write something my own way that really inspired me. And so I put that story aside, the zombie story aside, and I started brainstorming things that I loved about fiction, stories that I really wanted to tell, and I was getting excited. And one day when I was working, I just was like, okay, I've been working too hard, I need a break, so I'm just gonna binge watch something on Netflix. Well, I happened upon a series called Veronica Mars. And this was, if you haven't seen Veronica Mars, it's an older series. I'm not even sure, like maybe came on 10 years ago or something. And obviously I was watching replays of it because it was on Netflix. But it's a story about a girl whose best friend is murdered. And her father, the main girl, Veronica, her father was the sheriff of this small town, and they're in California. And he believed that the girl's father killed her. And when he sort of goes down that investigation route, the whole town turns against him, because this is like the rich people. Nobody believes that this could possibly have been what happened. They oust him as the sheriff, and they pretty much like make them social pariahs. So Veronica Mars, who used to be like a popular cheerleader, see where I'm going with this, sort of like where the inspiration came from. She used to be a popular cheerleader. Now she is like on the outskirts of society. Her, their wealth, their social privilege, their social standing is completely gone and changed. So she's now kind of an outcast. And what she ends up doing is, her father, now that he's no longer the sheriff, he is now a private investigator. So she kind of works for her dad. And what she ends up doing is sort of solving little mysteries there in her high school using the tools and stuff that she learned from her dad. I think I might have a little boy trying to get in the store, so please excuse the noise. So she's solving these little mysteries, and of course every little thread leads her more toward discovering who actually murdered her best friend. And there's of course like a love triangle and different romancy things happening throughout. So it just completely grabbed my imagination, and I loved the idea of this heroine who wanted to have her life back, wanted to be popular, wanted to be accepted, but who also was sort of against the establishment. She had been hurt in the past, and she was snarky and sort of sarcastic, and didn't want to follow anyone else's rules. And so when I started thinking about it, I was like, how cool would it be to write a series that was like Veronica Mars, but with witches? And that is where the Beautiful Demons and the whole entire, what used to be called the Peachville High Demons saga, or Peachville High Demons series, got started. That was my first idea. And when I finished binge watching the entire, I think 3 seasons of Veronica Mars, I immediately went out and bought a white poster board, went and took out like every magazine I could find, started cutting things up, printing things from the internet. I started really thinking about what I wanted the story to be, and I knew I wanted like a mysterious house. I wanted this girl who had been kind of an outcast because of her witchy abilities to come into this small town and have this mysterious house, this mysterious life, but somehow be drawn into a murder mystery, which is what happens when one of the cheerleaders is found murdered. Harper is accused or somehow tied to this murder, and some people think that she might have done it. If you've read the series, there's a lot more mystery that begins to come up about who Harper's mother is, where she really came from, and whether or not she really kind of belongs in this town, and what role she might play. And then of course you have in the first couple books what feels like a love triangle with Drake and Jackson and Harper, but you kind of know the whole time who she's meant to be with, because Drake is... Anyway, that was the inspiration behind the original book Beautiful Demons, and I actually thought it was only going to be a trilogy, and I thought it would be like Harper solving small mysteries in this small town. And it's so funny to think back now that we're on book 10 and it's become this huge world with the shadow world, and how much Harper has accomplished, and pretty much the story has grown from this tiny little spark of an idea into this more epic journey. And that's why when I moved on and started writing Emerald Darkness, I rebranded and reimagined the entire series and changed it into the Shadow Demon Saga, because these kids weren't in high school anymore. Harper's growing up. You've got this much bigger world, so it just felt like the whole series needed to expand. Just thought I would come on and kind of give you guys a behind the scenes as to what was the original spark of inspiration behind the Peachville High Demons series, or what is now the Shadow Demon Saga. This is what really sparked me to write Beautiful Demons in the first place. And if you have not seen Veronica Mars, I think it's still on Netflix, so go binge watch it, because it's one of those shows, it's like very high school drama. It's a lot of twists and turns. There's a murder mystery. It's a lot of like romantic back and forth, and it's really great. But the best thing about the entire series is Veronica herself, that snarky heroine who's really been through so much. You just fall in love with her, and she was the part of the inspiration behind Harper. So I hope that you'll go check it out. What are you doing? Sorry, I have this little guy that's just trying to be seen over here. Do you want to just come say hello? You wave and say hi?
Hi.
All right.
Out.
Now out so I can finish this. All right, guys, that is it for today's vlog, and I will see you again on Friday, hopefully with lots of great news on how much I got written this week. Also on Friday, on Saturday, I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live on my page and hopefully in my group. If you have not joined my group, it's called Sarra Cannon's Coven. I will add the link down below. It's a Facebook group. We're getting close to 2,000 people now, and we talk books, we talk shadow demons, we talk all good things, and it's a great positive place to be. So I hope that you will come and join us, and I'll be doing a Facebook Live. So if you have any questions that you'd like to ask about my writing process or the inspiration behind Harper or anything like that, you can go ahead and leave them in the comments down below, or you can send me a message, sarah@sarracannon.com, or you can just show up to the Facebook Live. I don't have a time yet, so be checking back on my page to see what time it's gonna be on Saturday. So that is it for now, guys. I hope you have an awesome week. All right, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.